Maya had always been close to her grandmother, a woman who filled her childhood with stories of love, loss, and the mystical connection between the living and the dead. When her grandmother passed away, Maya felt a void in her life that echoed with every memory they shared. In her grief, she stumbled upon an intriguing phone app called Soul Connect, which promised to bridge the gap between the living and the departed. Desperate for closure, Maya downloaded it, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The app was simple. It instructed users to enter the name of the deceased and press a button that read Connect. Maya hesitated for a moment, but then typed in her grandmother's name, Evelyn Carter. The screen flashed, and a countdown began. 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, her phone rang, the name Evelyn illuminating the screen. With trembling hands, Maya answered, her voice barely above a whisper. "Grandma?" Maya came the familiar voice, warm and soft as if she were sitting beside her. "I've missed you." Tears streamed down Maya's cheeks as she listened, her heart racing. They spoke for what felt like hours, sharing memories and laughter. Evelyn spoke about the other side, a place filled with light and peace. But then, the conversation took a darker turn. "Maya, you must be careful. There are things here that aren't as they seem," her grandmother warned. "Not everything that whispers your name is a friend." Maya's stomach twisted with unease, but she brushed it aside, wanting to savor every moment with the woman she loved. "I just wish you were here," she said, her voice breaking. "I know, my dear, but you must listen to me. There are dark forces that feed on grief. They can masquerade as loved ones, drawing you in." Evelyn's voice trembled. "You mustn't let them." Before Maya could ask for more details, the call abruptly ended, leaving her with a static hum. Confused and shaken, she glanced at her phone. It displayed a message: "Call ended. Would you like to reconnect?" She hesitated, fear creeping in, but the longing to hear her grandmother's voice again outweighed her apprehension. She pressed the button. The phone rang again. This time the voice on the other end was different. "Hello, Maya," it said, smooth and cold, devoid of the warmth she cherished. "Your grandmother has something she wants to tell you." Maya's heart sank. "Who are you?" she demanded, fear coiling in her gut. "I am a friend," it replied, the tone dripping with false charm. "And I can offer you something your grandmother cannot." "What do you mean?" Maya asked, panic rising in her chest. "Do you want to talk to her? I can make it happen, but you have to trust me." Maya hesitated. "What do you want?" "Nothing that matters, just your grief. It's delicious." She felt a chill race down her spine. "You're lying. You're not my grandmother." "Ah, but I can be whatever you desire. All I need is a little piece of you." Maya slammed her finger on the end call button, her hands shaking. She took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. The app had to be a hoax, a trick designed to prey on vulnerable people. She deleted the app from her phone, feeling a moment of relief wash over her. But that relief was short-lived. Later that night, Maya was jolted awake by a soft whispering. Her room was dark, shadows shifting as she peered into the void. "Maya," the voice was eerily familiar, yet not the warm, loving tone she remembered. It was laced with something darker. "Go away," she shouted, pulling the covers over her head, her heart pounding. "Maya, let me in. I can show you how to bring me back," it urged, seductive and low. Maya's thoughts raced. She had to get out. She grabbed her phone, planning to call for help, but as she turned it on, the screen flashed a warning: "Reconnect with Evelyn." "No," she screamed, tossing the phone across the room. But the whispering grew louder, echoing through her mind. "You can't escape me, Maya. I'm always here." In a frenzy, she dashed to her door, but it wouldn't budge. The shadows coalesced, forming a dark figure that stepped closer, its face obscured but its eyes glinting with malice. "Maya, don't you want to see her again?" it hissed, the voice transforming into an echo of her grandmother's. "Don't you want to feel her embrace?" "No," Maya shouted, finally finding the strength to push against the fear. "You're not her." With a surge of adrenaline, she threw her weight against the door, and it finally creaked open. She sprinted down the hallway, heart racing, but the shadows followed her, a whispering chorus of voices trying to lure her back. "Maya, stay with us. We can bring her back." Ignoring the voices, she burst through the front door and ran into the cold night, her breath visible in the air. She kept running, not stopping until she reached the town square, where the dim lights flickered against the darkness. Finally, she collapsed on a bench, gasping for breath. The whispers had faded, replaced by the gentle rustle of leaves. She felt a sense of relief wash over her, but it was short-lived. As she looked up, she noticed her phone on the ground where she had thrown it. It was ringing again, the screen flashing the name Evelyn. "Hello, Maya," the cold voice greeted her once more, but this time it was accompanied by a faint, echoing laugh. "You can't escape. I'll always be with you." In that moment, she realized the truth. Some calls are never meant to be answered, and the line between life and death is more fragile than she had ever imagined.